following with the present value. So our present value calculations are used when payments are made on a regular basis in order to pay back a loan. And then in these calculations, the money is first received and then paid back. Therefore, present value calculations are used for loans, bond repayments. It's whereby if someone wants to buy a car or house but doesn't have cash, so that person will go to the bank and borrow some amount of money and now will be paying back that amount. So this is what it's all about. All right, so we'll be using this formula here. So we'll be using this formula in our calculations, right? And then where P represent that is the present value. So this is the present value or outstanding balance. So when they say we must calculate outstanding balance, they mean the P value. So X, value of the installment, usually paid monthly. I, interest rate, number of payments, suppose that still have to be made. Now let's look at the first question. So question number one, Simon wishes to purchase a car for 80,000. If he borrows the money at an interest rate of 8.5% per annum compounded monthly. So that means Simon wishes to purchase a car for 80,000. So the price of the car, it's 80,000. So that one, it is P. And then he borrows the money at an interest rate of 8.5%. So that one, it is I, the interest rate. Okay, what else do we know here? Okay, nothing, meaning that we are going to use this component period to multiply the number of years. All right, now let's check now the first question. Calculate the monthly installment, which is X, if the loan is to be paid back over 5 years. So here is a number of years. Okay, so now we want to calculate the monthly installment, and then we do have the value of P, we do have I, we do have that is number of years, which is 5 years. So let's just try to attempt the first question. We're going to use this formula, the present value formula. So in the first question here, that is question 1, which is 1.1. So we are going to use this formula. This is the formula. Let's also write down the information that we have. So remember P, it is that 80. How my handwriting sometimes. So P, it is that 80,000 rand. And then the interest rate, it is 8.5, which is divided by 100. We get 0.085. The number of years, it is 5 years. And then we want to know what is the monthly installment. Then we substitute. This is our substitution. And then we know that this value has a denominator of +1. And then here we're going to cross multiply. So this is what we have. Then from here we can just simply divide by this value. Let me use the black one, by this one in both sides, so that we're now left with X here. Okay, wonderful. So we're going to divide with this value in both sides. Then we can work this one out using our calculator. Okay, so we're gonna have 80,000 multiplied by 0.085 divided by 12, and then divided by 1 minus and 1 plus 0.085 divided by 12, and then all to the power -60. And then the answer is going to be 1,100 1,641 rand, so it's 1.6. So it is 1,000 then 604 1 and then 332 cents. And then we also write the conclusion. This is the monthly installment. This is our conclusion. Then now we move on to the next question. So 1.2 now says calculate the outstanding balance on the loan after 3 years. Remember I said start P represent the present value or outstanding balance. So that means now if you want to check that what will be the outstanding balance in this period, so that means we're going to, in the place of X, we're going to use this amount here, which is that 1,641 rand. And then we want to know that what will be the outstanding balance. Okay, so let me check what else do we need to take a note of here. The other thing that we need to take a note of is that in the second question we want to know the outstanding balance after 3 years, but in the first question, so we wanted to check the monthly installment for over the 5-year period. So we're going to use the same formula. We're going to use the same from 1.2, and then we substitute. Remember, in the place of X, I'm going to put this amount here, that 1,641 rand. Then now we're working for 3 years. This is our substitution. And don't forget that there are, we've got 24 payments, okay, to be made after 3 years. This is why. Okay, so now we've got 24 payments. So let's use our calculator and then we check. We've got 1,641.32 and 2 brackets, of course, 1 plus 1 minus. Let me just 1 minus and open brackets 1 plus, and then 0,085, compounded monthly, and then to the power negative 3 times 12, and then we close the bigger brackets and then divided by 0,085 or 12. Now the answer should be, is it 51,993 rand? So let me just double check my my calculations. I think there's something wrong. Let me just change that division there. Let me just put this back button fraction. 1,641.32, and then 1 minus and 1 plus 85 over 12, and then must be to the power negative. And just put that 24 payments and then divided by 0.85 and 12. No, it's correct. So it's 36,000. No, it's correct. So the answer is going to be, let me just use this one. The answer is going to be 36 and then 108.14. So this is the outstanding balance. Now let's move on to the next question. Now question number 2 says Thabo wishes to purchase a fridge for 6,000. Now the fridge can either be paid off over a period of 6 months at an interest rate of 12% per annum compounded monthly, or he can pay cash and receive a discount at 12.5% discount. Okay, so now let's check the first question. The first question now says determine the cash price for 2 marks. Okay, then now what are we going to do here is that we are going to use that amount, which is that 6,000, and you say 6,000 minus, and then 6,000 times that 12.5. Then because we want to check what is the that discount, what is the cash price, if maybe he can just pay cash and receive a 12.5% discount. So if we want to check that, we're going to say 6,000, this amount here, and then minus 6,000 times 12.5, and then we're going to get the cash price. Now let's check it out. How do we go about answering this one? So let's just draw a line here. Perfect. And then there is question number 2. There is 2.1. Then now we're going to, oh sorry, let me just perfect. Wonderful. So this must be question number 2. Okay, so I said you're going to say cash price. So cash price will be equal to that 6,000 minus, and we're going to say 6,000 multiplied by, remember that 12.5, it will divide by 100, it must be 12.5 divided by 100 is going to be 0.125. So we multiply with that one, 0.125, and then we get the answer. So it's going to be 6,000 minus, so this one, and multiplied by that 0.125 is going to give us 750, and then we just work this one out, we get 5,250. Okay, so this is the answer for the first question. Then now we move on to 2.2. Now 2.2 asks us to calculate the monthly installment, determine the monthly installment on the loan. So that means we're looking for X here, and then we know the p-value. P-value is going to be the price of the fridge, and then the percentage here. Then we're going to take this one because they say you can pay it off over the period of 6 months at the interest rate of 12. So we're going to take this one. That 12.5, that was only for a discount. But now if you want to check the outstanding balance or the loan, so we have to use this one. And then the number of they say 6 months, so that means we're going to just use 6 in the place of n. We're going to use that 6 there. So let's write the formula and then we substitute. All right, so this is the formula. And then remember, we want to know the loan repayment, so let's just substitute now. This is our substitution. Now remember, we're not going to multiply that 6 by 12 because that 6 is already in months. So every time you multiply the number of years by 12, you are converting that period from years to months. So we're already given this one in months, so that means I'm gonna just say we've got 6 payments. 6 payments are made, okay, in 6 months. All right, So then now let's just cross multiply here. Remember this, there's the denominator of positive 1, so we're going to just cross multiply. So this is what we're, then after this one we can just divide both sides by this value here, by this one in both sides. So we're gonna left with x on the left hand side. This is what we have now. Then we can just use your calculator, and then to press those then you punch this in your calculator, so you're going to get this answer. So this is the answer that you are going to get, that is 1035 rand. Then don't forget to do a conclusion. This is our conclusion. Therefore the monthly installments are 1035 rand. All right, now let's move on to the next question. 2.3 now says determine the saving if cash is paid. Determine the saving if cash is paid. Okay, so now if I want to determine the saving if that cash is paid already, then we're going to say saving is equal to the amount paid with interest minus the cash price. So if we want to check savings, then that means the amount paid with interest. What is the amount paid with interest? Is the installment. Okay, then what is the period of that installment being paid? So it is the 6-year period, which is the 6 months. So we're going to use those value here, right? So this is the amount paid with an interest, this one, and then minus the cash price. Remember cash price, this is the one that we did in the first question. So let me just formulate a formula for you. All right, that is 2.3. So I'm saying this is going to be saving is equal to the number, that is the amount paid with interest minus cash price. So let me just formulate a formula for you. Well, this is the formula. Then we begin to substitute. Remember the amount paid with interest is this one. So the period, that was 6 payments, which is 6 months. So it's going to be this amount times 6, and then minus, and then cash price we've just got in initial the 5,250, and then we just work out this, and then we get 9, 6, 1 and 7, 4. So therefore this is the saving. All right, that is 961 rand. We are done by question 2. Let's move on to question 3. Thabo borrows 5,000 from a micro lender at an interest rate of 28% per annum compounded monthly. He repays the loan by means of equal monthly payments of 800 and a final payment of less than 800. So Thabo borrows the money, amount of money from a micro lender. So that amount of money is 5,000. Then he repays the loan by means of equal monthly payments, meaning that he is paying an amount of 800 in each month, trying to pay back the loan. Okay, then that means that 5,000 is going to be a p value, and then the money that Thabo is paying each and every month, so which is that 800. So it is going to be X monthly installment, and then the interest rate here, it is 28%, which is I is 28%. The compounding period there is 12, which is monthly. Okay, but we don't know for how long. All right, and then now let's hear the first question. Determine the number of payments at 800. So we're looking for n here for 5 marks. All right, so let's just write down the formula. Okay, just write down the formula. Let me just first write the information here that we have. Just close here. So he borrowed an amount of 5,000. The interest rate is 28. We divide it by 100, we get 0.28. And then what else do we know? Oh, that is X. It is 800. He's paying this amount each and every month. Then we don't know the number of years or months. Okay, let me write down the formula then. This is the formula, then we substitute. This is our substitution, and then the next step is to cross multiply with this value here. So we're going to cross multiply with this value. Okay, yes, we cross multiply, or we multiply both sides with this value, so either way. Okay, but let's just multiply with this value here in both sides. And then the next step is to divide by 800 in both sides. This is what we have. Then the next step is to transpose that one to the other side. All right, or we can just transpose this bracket here, and then we bring this value to the side, and then take this bracket to the other side. This is what we have. All right, so we can just use our calculator and work out this one, and then we see that what do we have. So we've got 1 minus. And just press this one twice because there is that 5,000. Wait, what's going on here? 0, 0, 0. Okay, and 0.28 divided by 12 and 800. So we've got must be 41 over 48, 41 over 48. Oh, let's hope that this calculator is doing the right thing. So it's saying that on this side we've got 41 over 48, and then on the other side we've got this one. We just drop this one as it is, and then from here we can just change it to logarithm form. The one that is in exponent become the subject, and if we say log, and the one that is a base will remain as a base, and then the number, the subject will become a number, 41 over 48, and we can just work this one out from the calculator. So we press log, we've got 1 plus, we've got 0.28 divided by 12, and then here we've got 41 over 48. Now we've got negative 6.83. so it's 100% correct. Negative, for negative n is equal to negative 6,83, and then let me just use another color here because I just want to explain something to you, and I can use this one. So it's 8340 and then 37, that is 675. Let me just confirm. So it's 8340376759. Okay, 67539. 67539. 67539. Oh, perfect. Okay, so we can just divide both sides by -1. So I hope that one we are aware of. So we can just have, therefore n is equal to 6, just positive 6, and 6 comma, and then, so meaning that I want you to note this, and this is very, very important. Let me just use another color. Maybe I can just take maybe the gray one. Yeah, it's fine. That do not round off this, as you need this decimal for the next question. I want to write that one down, okay, for you. Perfect. I wanted you to note that. So when you're in this step here, please do not round off this, because you're going to need this decimal for the next question. As for the number of years, definitely we are going to round off this into nearest. So that means we're going to have 7 years. Okay, and then say now, therefore we've got 6 payments at 800. As for the final payment, which is less than 800, and this is our conclusion. So there are 6 payments at 800, as the final payment is less than 800. Now let's hear the next question. What is it that they want us to calculate then? The next question. Now they say, what will the value of the final payment be? What will the value of the final payment be? Right. Okay. Now in this question, let me say this first. You cannot calculate the value of the final payment straight away. You first have to calculate the amount outstanding after the 6th payment. So in order for us to get the final payment, we need to get what? The outstanding for 6 payments. Okay, how are we going to get the outstanding? Therefore, going to use this formula, the present value formula. But when we calculate the outstanding, we're going to use these digits here, starting from 8 up to 9 here. So we're going to use this digit after the comma. Then let's write it down. Let's write the formula. Now guys, I choose to write down this one for you. Remember that just before we go straight to the final payment, we need to calculate the outstanding balance first. So in the examination room, you do not have to write this one down, this explanation here, but I'm just making you to understand. Okay, so you value, right? Okay, so you can just jump straight to the formula. Then now let's substitute. This is our substitution. Now guys, listen, when it comes to end here, if you can check, I said here, do not round off, as you need this decimal for the next question. That every time you calculate the final payment, so you always take the decimals after the comma. You just in the next formula, you just add 0, just say 0 comma, and then you take everything after the comma, and then the only digits before the comma, and then you round it off, and then you write it as number of years. Okay, now let's just work this one out, and then we get the answer. Okay, and this is the answer. Remember guys that as long as you're still calculating, let me say in question number like 3.2, because we're not yet calculated the final payment, so we're still working out this one. We want to know what will be the final payment. So if you are not yet calculated the final one, so you do not round off your decimal place after the comma, you just copy everything as it is. Okay, so now let's just do a conclusion here. Then this is our conclusion. Then now let's do now the final payment, and then for a final payment, so we're going to use this formula. So for final payment, we're going to use this formula, or the compound interest formula. Okay, and then here what is going to happen is that because of we've got that sixth payment. So if we've got that sixth payment, so that means we also want to add that 1 month interest. Okay, that 1 month interest. Then just before I do a substitution, I want to draw a timeline for you, just to make you understand. So now the that is the 60th payment. So here we've got 1, 2, and 3. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and then what is going to happen is that I just want to highlight something for you about about the 1 month payment, the 1 month interest, 1 month, yeah, just 1 month here, the last one. And then I just want to note something for you. So yeah, which is from here. Okay, and then from here, then the next thing is to using this column, right? Yeah. And then this one, it represents a final payment. This one. And then this line over here, let me just use this color a little bit. And this line here, this one over here represent the outstanding. So what was the value for outstanding? It was 653 rand 0.2611593. So this one is for outstanding. All right, and then remember here we said you're gonna have that we've got what 6,83. So that means there were a payment before that 6. All right, and there were payment before that 6, and of course if we run off that 6, so that means we're going to get here is going to be 6. That's outstanding balance going to be 60th payment here. And then if you can run off here, and then we just take those digits after the comma from 6, and then we're going to get 7 payment. That is, that 7 payment is that 1 month interest. And then before 6, definitely the way payment, just all right, there is with payment. All right, I hope now you understand. So now after the 6, want to add that 1 month. So these are this payment from the start up to this one here, up to this one. Now if you want to add the just 1 month interest, so therefore in the place of n here, the place of n over here, we're going to put 1 here because it's just 1 month interest. Okay, so let me just repeat that formula here, p and then 1 plus I to the n. So I'm saying the place of n here, we're going to just put 1 here because this is the outstanding, right? And now we just want to add 1 month interest. I've noted that one here. I said just for the 6 payment, and then add 1 month. 1 month is interest. Okay, so we just substitute. So the outstanding balance, which is 653, and then 0.2611 593, and then 1 plus the percentage is the same, still the same, which is 12, and then 1 now. So that one stands for 1 month interest, and then we just work this one out, and then we get the answer 668.50. So this is the final payment, B. Right, this is the final payment now. Then we just conclude here. This is our conclusion. I hope guys you understand. Thank you so much. That was the last question.